Hi friends, today is a great day. Today is my honor to welcome Vincent. When it comes to the latest, most reliable source of news regarding Tesla, there's only a few sources I trust. Vincent has been an amazing Twitter account and a co-founder on Tesmanian.com. So in Tesla's awesome community, there's only like a few at the top, and he is one of them. He has spoke to the man himself, Elon Musk. He has done interviews with him. Elon replies to his tweets, and he is a hero. Vincent was one of those like battle warriors fighting the fake media in the early days of Tesla, and still fighting. So that's quite funny.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. It's my honor to be on your show too.
So friends, help me comment below and thank Vincent for coming to this channel. I'm honored. Vincent, thank you for accepting my invitation. I'm excited. Let's start a very quick question, like help introduce yourself and perhaps let the audience know more about you.
I'm a Tesla investor since I would say around 2013. When my friend actually told me about this company, I was like, wow, that's the electric car company. Let me take a look of the company and do some research. And then after I see the mission of the mission statement of Tesla, it actually impressed me a lot. It's like, okay, this is something different. It's like it changing my perspective of knowing something is like a car itself. It's been like in auto industry is always be the same and boring industry for like I would say like 100 years or maybe more. So I was like, this is quite interesting. I would love to get to know more about the company. So I bought my first batch of Tesla share in like early 2013, I would say. I have to double check, but back then was like $75.
Wow. Wow.
Before the split, yeah. And basically, the more you dig into the company, you find out like, wow, the founder, the mission, the people in the company is so different. So I will start to do a lot of research and keep pounding my investment into Tesla. Yeah, this is how I start.
I see. That's an awesome start. So it's like most all the time, a company has an amazing product, and I think the amazing product brings people to try to understand the company more, and that helps a lot. Like Apple in the earlier days have an amazing product.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, I was the Apple investor, like until recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought my first Apple share was like back then when they first launched the iPod.
Yes.
The small that you can hold like 400 songs into. Yeah, like long back then, like
Yeah.
2000. I don't know, like long time ago. And yeah, you have to try the product yourself. And I didn't put in even more money until 2018 because when I first got my first Model 3, I was like, wow, this is not only a car. And I started to think a lot and do a lot of research about the company and get to understand like the differences between a car company and a innovation energy auto software.
Agree.
It's like a company with a whole bunch of unicorn into it. So, and the most amazing part is they are every single small unicorn, they are the leaders in each field.
Yes, I agree. It's quite amazing.
You know what I'm saying, right? This is like
Yeah.
it's like a very, very unique opportunity.
Yes.
Like back then why I invest in Apple is it's not almost, it's exactly the same reason why I invest into Tesla. I I remember like when I first bought my mobile phone, it was the Qualcomm.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys remember Qualcomm used to make cell phone. And then a Nokia, and then a Ericsson, and became the Sony Ericsson later.
Yes.
So once the iPhone came out, I was like, wow, like it changed my perspective about mobile phone. A mobile phone used to be only like you can make a phone call
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. That's only one purpose. But iPhone bring you like they have an app store. You can do online banking. You can watch video. You can play games. You can connect with your friend with like right now we're doing the video chat.
Exactly.
So you get to connect people not only by voice. So it changed all your perspective. Like it brings you like into a different dimension.
So to summarize what you said, it's like an iPhone is not just a phone, it has many purpose. And I think you see the same thing in Tesla. It is not just a car.
The main difference between the legacy automakers is almost same as the previous company like Nokia and Motorola.
True.
They are good at making a hardware. Like the phone, they can make a fancy phone, like a flip phone, like a slide phone, or whatever you like nice buttons. But it's only like cosmetic upgrade.
Yes.
But iPhone, they have the software engineer, Apple. They're good at software engineer. So they're able to combine hardware and software together, which is the competitor is unable to do it. Like
Yes,
look at Ford, Beamer, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, like Honda, Toyota. They're good at making cars like with 4 wheels.
Yeah.
That's it.
Since you mentioned about your first car was a Model 3, I'd like to ask you this question, like how many Tesla cars you own and how is the experience with the Tesla car and what like amazes you about the first car that you own?
I have a Model 3 and recently me and my wife, we bought a Model Y.
Congrats! Wow!
Yeah, it's really, really good. I have to tell you, like a lot of people say, oh yeah, the Model Y is just like a bigger size of Model 3. Yes and no, like it is a bigger size. The interior look 90% same, identical, but the feeling when you drive the car, it's just different, it's just different. And I have to tell, like I'm a car guy. Like I've been in auto parts or related industry for over 20 years. Wow. And for me to change my perspective about cars is not that easy though, Yeah, because I used to buy like all performance car, like from the early days, like a Honda Civic fix up and an Evolution, Subaru, STI, and then to a Porsche Cayman S, to a 911 GT3. Like I drove many cars, and a Model 3, it just not only a car, it's like a piece of innovation with a lot of people putting in together. And especially for the autopilot, they have the software upgrade like consistently. Every single time they have a software update, it feels like I changing a new driver.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
The early day, like 2 years ago, 2018, I feel like, oh, yeah, it's not perfect. It's not perfect right now, even though I have room to improve, to be honest. But like back then, I feel like it's like a 10 years old or like a 15 years old teenager driving a driver. But right now, it's more like a mature, like 25 years old driver. So like the system, it learns by itself. So it keep improving. Like the iPhone, the iOS system, like the Windows, every next generation will be better. And they just keep improving.
Interesting. That's the same thing that got me interested in Tesla. I used to drive, like you say, I drove a Honda S2000. It was like the prime of the... I'm a car guy. But when Tesla comes out, okay, I have something to admit to all my audience. I have never sat inside a Tesla.
You have to try it.
I really want to try. I missed my chance in Taiwan. The reason why I'm not trying in Singapore is because our cars here are like, a Model 3 you're driving is like $200,000-$300,000. And it's crazy. We have the most expensive cars in the world, and our road tax is absolutely crazy. It's like $10,000 a year. But having said that, I will probably go to maybe US to buy a Tesla. I'll buy the Roadster 2.0. That will be my first Tesla.
Roadster?
Yeah, I'll be buying the Roadster.
I'm thinking about that too. Like I have to get the permission from the wife,
Oh, yeah. True.
The Roadster will be great, and I think like below 2 seconds,
Mm.
0 to 60.
It's
Wow,
crazy.
you know.
I'm planning to have a lot. Yes, I'm planning to have the Roadster and have a lot of fans ride in my car. So I'll probably place it an order next year or so.
I think maybe Tesla is going to Singapore like pretty soon. Like
Yes.
as we reported earlier in last week or something.
Yes, I
Like
saw
they
you guys
prepare,
reported.
yeah, they doing a job recruiting right now
Yes, yeah.
in Singapore. It's like a first step, you know. It shows you like hints here, so you have to puzzling every small pieces like together.
Little
You know, like,
clues
okay,
together.
yeah, like okay, they hiring the job recruiting right now, so
Yeah.
maybe you know.
Probably they'll be getting it like a headquarters in Singapore. I don't foresee them like I think it's a headquarters to expand to the entire region. That's what most company does. Like one of the more famous examples is Dyson have a headquarters in Singapore, and they expand the entire region. Yeah, because at Singapore is we are a logistics hub, so it's quite easy to move cars here and there. Yeah.
So hopefully it will happen one day, you know.
Yeah. I would definitely buy a Roadster, but probably not in Singapore because for every one Roadster I can buy here, I could buy 5 Roadsters all over the world. I could buy one park in the US, I can buy one park in the UK.
Yeah, like buying US is like it's incredibly like
Yeah.
amazing, you know, the price. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This one is probably related to a lot to my audience because my audience are more like stock investors, and I would just want to like ask you because you have a lot of years of experience in investing. So maybe share like when did you start investing?
I would say around 20, 22 years old, around
Wow.
like I'm heading to 42 right now soon. So
We are
almost
both almost the same age.
yeah, same age.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
just off. I'm 40.
Okay,
Yeah.
40. I'm almost like 42. So it
Right.
basically like 20 years. Yeah, from 20 years. So
Mm.
for you know, like we all make mistake in the very beginning. You know, like you
Yeah.
buy the stock when friends told you like, oh, this is a good one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll buy it. You know, and then I was like, oh shit. It's like it went pretty bad. You know, like so it just took like years for you to learn your mistake about what you're gonna do and what to invest. You know, like yeah, it's quite interesting. Like yeah,
Yeah,
for the last 20
you
years.
require the pain. You cannot just learn this over books. You need that experience. You need that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually most of the people learn it through the hard way. You know?
I don't know whether I should say it here like Nikola, like everybody bought the hype. Yeah, we all know that was,
Yeah. We've been in the market long enough, and
Yeah.
we see it's like okay, that's a lot of red flags. You know,
Yeah.
like when the founder the used to be the CEO, and right now it's like he resigned yeah, I don't want to talk about him.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble or something
right.
like that. But yeah, but just for the company itself, the technology is not proven.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand because they've been hyping about the hydrogen gas, and Toyota been doing hydrogen gas for the last 30 years.
Exactly.
Like think of like a company like Toyota, they have a good amount of capital to put into R&D. So even though they can get the hydrogen to be working in scale, it's not like 100% for Nikola enable to success, but the chance is the probability.
Yes.
We talk about probability. It's very slim.
Yes.
Like, and then you when you invest, you don't want to bet on something. The odds is against you.
If you want to invest in Nikola, probably at the later stage, if they prove that they could succeed, then probably
Yeah, but and also like when you invest into a company, you basically invest into a founder or the CEO. Like the behavior of the founder, it doesn't show me the quality of the leadership, and it's quite upset, like he got in fight with me on Twitter. I was like, dude, go do your job, like I'm just a random account, like it's and he's upset about my followers like don't believe on his technology, which proven to be like a in motion rolling down the hill.
We call it gravity drive.
Gravity drives, like I was like, wow, like amazing, like I don't know what to say.
That's fine.
I'll ask you a little bit sensitive question. Okay, I'll review mine. So, how much percentage of your portfolio right now is in Tesla?
Right now,
Yes.
I would say a good 70% to 75%.
Wow. You are
Yeah.
that's nice. 70%. That is still quite conservative compared to
Um,
a lot of
you mean the all-in Tesla
yeah,
investor?
You have a lot of all-in Tesla.
No, I used to own like Google, Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, and here and there, like no more than like 5 stocks.
I see.
Like for me, I don't like. I know diversify is good, but I just don't have time to read all the news and do all the research for like 5+ company, because like
Yes.
I'm more into like an in-depth research on every single company.
Yes.
So
I agree.
so recently I consolidate everything into just 2 companies. One is Tesla, and the recent one is SpaceX, and that's it.
Wow. Do you mind how I asked you got through into investing SpaceX through a special private company acquisition and
SPV.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, SpaceX is one amazing company.
They're gonna do good, like in the long run. Yeah. And basically it's like an Elon Musk fun right now.
Yeah.
SpaceX owns 7% of the Boring Company, so it just it's like into like 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm in 3 companies right now.
Thanks for sharing your percentage. For me personally, I was at 80%, so somewhere the same as you. But since Tesla stock has went up so much, mine is probably reaching 90% right now. Yeah, I used to, the funny thing is I used to teach investing, and I was telling everybody to diversify, but I think things has changed. Tesla's future is amazing.
I agree with diversify, but the thing is, where to diversify?
Yes, I'm thinking where? Same.
Tell me, like you have to find a good way to diversify. It's not like, okay, I just randomly put something here and there. Like and then this is exploding your risk to more area if you don't understand.
Yes, I agree.
So you have to find the right way to like for me, I'm not investing all my everything in equities, in stock, or like private equity or public stock. I also invest in like real estate, like companies here and there. But for the stock market, I think you have to understand the future of the field and also the company and what they're gonna do in the next 5 years, 10 years, and knowing their competitors. So I'm open to any investment. Just I have to find the right one. Like it's not easy. It's not easy to find the next Tesla. People are always looking for the next Tesla, but there's only one Tesla.
Yeah.
To be honest, like why I used to invest in Apple or Nvidia or Amazon. Like my principle is I only invest in the tier 1, not only tier 1, but the top one of the field. Because you have to know, like the first place and the second place, that's a huge gap of the market shares. Like for example, Apple, they don't get the biggest market share of the mobile phone business, but they're making the biggest majority of the profits from the field. Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to think of like, okay, I want to invest in an Apple killer, but that will be every year we'll have an Apple killer keep coming out. So which one you gotta invest? Why don't you just put in something like it's more promising?
True. Yes, there's no next Tesla. But we will talk about the competition later, right? Actually, okay, let's cover a very interesting topic because Battery Day is just over, and it is so mind-blowing. So I just want to ask you, Battery Day is just over. What is your 2 biggest takeaways?
Wow, Only two?
Only
Okay.
two.
Okay. From an investor perspective, Elon just said something like, okay, the battery cost will be 56% cheaper down the road. And I was like, I was in the battery day, inside the Model 3, you know. It's kind of fun. And I was like, what, 56%? Are you kidding me? So I do, because nobody know like what is the cost of Tesla pack or cell level. But I would say from my own calculation, I would say 56% would be a good $70 per kilowatt or below. That is a killer. Like that is a killer. Yeah, like put it this way, like if you like a long range Model 3, we talk about the around like 70, 72 kilowatt. So we're talking about the battery pack itself only costs like less than $5,000. Like how other automaker can survive? Like tell me how. Like I don't get it. Like but if you do the math,
Yes.
like GM is buying it from LG Chem.
Yes.
Beamer is buying from LG Chem or CATL, you know. Like basically like right now, most like 99% of the legacy automaker is buying the powertrain and the battery pack from LG Chem or CATL. And another mind-blowing part is Elon mentioned about they still gonna do business with LG Chem and CATL, and they're gonna produce the high density, the high one in-house with the Roadrunner project.
Yes.
It tells me about the backlog is huge. Like just sell me the battery. We are not enough. I'll buy everything from you. It's like this kind of give me this kind of feeling. I was like, wow.
Yeah, the demand is too high.
The demand is too high. Like it's different than the Tesla Q or the short seller mentioned about. Oh, the demand is such like Mr. Johnson talks in my good friend Rob's Tesla Dailies talk about. Oh, the Europe demand is tanking, and we just put up an article about August. You know, the Model 3 is the best-selling car in Europe. Like because Tesla only have not one but Giga Shanghai right now it's only supplying the domestic Chinese market. So basically, Tesla depends on one Fremont factory. Yes. To distribute cars here and there, like Europe, maybe go Taiwan, go Japan, here and there. You know, so they have to think of like, okay, in this month we're gonna put cars into this region, and when like during the July they may be shipping cars to Asia or here and there. So the number looks like, oh, okay, it's tanking, but you have to look at the whole quarter. Like,
yeah, it's a quarter.
Yes, it is a quarter. They take a month where Tesla is not shipping cars to Europe and say, the demand is dropping. I'm like,
No, this story, like this kind of narrative, it's been a while for like, I don't know, 7 years or 5 years. I don't know, like many years. So new investors just get confused about the narratives because a lot of mainstream media, like I'll say like CNBC, you know, I don't hate them, you know, I read their news, yeah, but I just don't like they giving a lot of airtime to those sell side analysts, which proven to be wrong again
and again, and they still get coverage, you know? And they are invited back every other time. I don't get it. How many times must you be wrong to be stopped invited? You know,
maybe never. I don't know. But it's good. Like it gives like long-term investor opportunity to accumulate more of the position, and yeah, we need misunderstanding. Like I posed one tweet yesterday. I say 85% to 90% of the people in the market needed to be wrong. You know, like otherwise, where's the money come from?
I was just having like dinner with one of my friends, and he was telling me that he's a seasoned investor, and he told me that Tesla is not earning money. Why should he invest? I'm like, oh my God. And he is a seasoned investor. He is a good investor. And even people like them get misinformed. So imagine those that are not within the Tesla community, they get pretty confused on what's happening.
I went to the battery day last week. I mean, actually this week. And I get to spoke to many institution investor, and it's a good amount, not all, but a good amount of people. They are not quite understand the business structure of Tesla. Like what you said, like, oh, they're not profit. Like, oh, or like they say, okay, they only profit because of the emission credit, you know?
Oh, that's another one, my God.
Okay, I know, like, we can talk about the emission credit. It's like money on the table.
Yes.
Why you don't get it? Use it to build more gigafactory. What's wrong with that? If you don't pick up those money, that would be stupid, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Right? So
Exactly.
I don't think Tesla will need those emission credit to survive or to be profitable, but it does help to accelerate the number of gigafactory all around the world, which is fantastic, you know. I love to see it, you know. Yeah. Also, the first part I talk about is the 56%
Yes.
cheaper, right? And the second part is a lot of people didn't pay much attention is the casting material. Elon said in the battery day about the casting of the the casting of the alloy. It don't require heat treatment. Like it don't require the heat treating. People who in manufacture industry will understand this is a big deal. Like for myself, we do like auto parts and motorcycle parts and stuff like that, and a lot of metal casting in our product. So heat treating is a big step for casting. So they actually inventing a new kind of material out of nowhere. You can buy it off the shelf, you know. You can't buy it from like, oh, the material supply. I want 5 tons of this material. Sorry, we don't have it. And that thing is crazy, you know. Like how many company able to develop a new kind of alloy out of nowhere to improve the car, like in every single small step. And to cast this machine, they need a giant giga press. And sorry, this machine is not for sale too, you know.
Yeah.
They made it by themselves, you know. So I don't know, like people been saying about Tesla is like 5 years, 7 years ahead of competitors. I think it's way more than that.
I have the same thinking. I don't think anybody will be able to catch up with the rate of innovation that they're going. And the one thing about Battery Investor Day that caught me, I think he mentioned something like the rate of innovation is improving. I'm like, yeah, Model Y has been released earlier, like 6 months earlier, or
that's a lot of improvement, not only in hardware but also in software. You know, like they keep improving the like they have the green light, the stop sign stuff. It's amazing. You have to try it. Trust me, you have to try it, man. Like it's amazing, and it's not perfect yet, but it's getting better and better. So, like they say, the FSD is still the beta version. So it's like a very beginning stage. But if Tesla is not the first one to achieve, I don't know which one will be. You know.
So the next question I have for you is, this is something that I'm trying to wrap my head around. Probably you will know it better than me. So regarding the factories, like they have Shanghai running now, and Shanghai, the cars coming out of Shanghai is like is better quality than the one coming out of Fremont. And what improvements will Berlin and Austin gigafactories have over Shanghai?
I think like the majority of the improvement on the vehicle side, it will improve like all around the world, because once they invent a new way to make the car cheaper and better, they will plug into every single gigafactory. This is how I see it. But for the from the you have to see from the beginning of the Fremont. They bought the Fremont from the joint venture of the GM and Toyota
Yes.
back in the day. So the biggest improvement from Fremont to Shanghai is the production line, the assembly line itself. Like when you look at the Fremont, it's more like a square shape of the factory. So basically, you have to route your line like this, like an S shape inside. But from the Giga Shanghai, it's like a long rectangular. So basically, from one end to the other end, a Model 3 is made. So it's like a straight line. No, you have to,
Wow.
no, this is true. This is true.
Okay.
And from the Giga, you look at the Giga Shanghai structure. From the side, you have a lot of the truck loading dock.
Yes.
Why they designed the loading dock from like it's not like a random loading dock. The parts it needs at this period of the line, the container will go there and unload there. So basically, the car is going in, the parts keep assembling the line and done.
Wow, okay. Interesting. I learned something. Thank you. Wow, okay. So that's amazing.
problem.
Yeah.
This is how fast they're able to improve from one factory to the other one. And from Shanghai to Giga Berlin, if we report this one, this is like a mind-blowing one. They're gonna have like 8 giga press in Berlin.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, and like Fremont have one right now, and Shanghai will get, I don't know, one at least, and Berlin will be like 8.
8. Wow. I will find your article and I will link it.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Don't worry.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I see it. The biggest improvement is not about the car itself. The car is great. You know, the software is phenomenal, but the manufacturing improvement is truly mind blowing. Like I don't know how the competitor is able to catch up, to be honest. And plus, if you see the when you're puzzling everything together, when I look at the job recruiting from Tesla, if you read the fine print, they're hiring a car designer, but you have to do the spaceship design too. And look at the Roadster 2.0 you're gonna order. They come with the SpaceX package. So these two companies, they are actually working all together. Not only this two, but also the Boring Company. Like we look at it as okay, this is SpaceX, this is Tesla, this is Boring Company, this is Neuralink. But from what I think, like inside Elon's mind, it's just one giant company. People work, yeah, they like the Cybertruck, they're gonna use the aluminum from the Starship.
Yeah. I think it's a stainless steel, right? I think.
Yeah, the stainless steel. Yeah, they used to want to use the cold press steel something, but they changed it to the Starship. Yeah. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah.
I mean, and they're using it for the pick up the
Cybertruck.
And
yep.
Do you order one?
2. I ordered 2.
Wow.
Yeah. One tri-motor and one dual motors, you know.
Your kids are gonna love it. Your family's gonna love it. It's big, spacious.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like I have my son is around like 10 years old, and I used to bring him to school like before the pandemic, and I hearing kids talks about Tesla, like I said, oh look, that's a Tesla, wow, so cool. But I never see kids talk like, oh, that's a Ford, so cool. It's never, you know, it's like you know, like the future is here, you know, like those kids are when they grow up, they're the ones going to spend money.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. And imagine rolling up to school, sending your son to school in a Cybertruck. Wow.
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 Yeah. Wow. It's amazing, man. Cybertruck will be a different kind of animal because the opportunity. I think the pickup truck itself, the biggest market is still in the Northern America, in US, Canada, but with the top three, the Ford F Series, the Silverado, the Dodge 1500, it's almost like maybe more than that, but it will be more or less of 2 million units a year.
Oh, I see.
That's a huge opportunity for,
Yeah,
huge market. Yeah, like just say like Tesla get like usually like 30% of the market, like the Model 3, 30%. We're talking about like a good 600,000 a year.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I'll move on to my next question. So this is something that I find quite interesting. So like after Battery Day, I'm so confident one day Tesla will be the biggest company in the world. What's your take on that?
It will surpass Apple eventually. Yeah, for sure. Because the growth of the company is phenomenal. Like Apple was one of the most innovative company back then.
Yes.
And it's not like they're not innovating right now, but they slow down a lot. But they are sitting on a good chunk of cash, you know. So there's nothing wrong with that. They're giving out dividends, and when a company giving out dividends, some people enjoy it. For me, not so much, you know. Like it shows me like they don't have a good way to spend money for further improvement. And I still love the company. I would still buy iPhones, you know. Don't get me wrong. I still buy apps through the App Store. Like it's amazing. Just I like to putting the money into some company with innovation and able to grow. And yes, Tesla will be I think Tesla will be the biggest one. Not like in months or years. I would say like maybe 10 years from now.
Same.
Yeah, around
probably my timeline is about 10 years.
10 years.
10 years they will surpass. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, because like if you look at what Elon Musk or the projection about the Terra factory, I'm talking about like Gigafactory is outdated. We have to move to the Terra factory. You know.
Yeah.
We talk about 3 terawatt hours.
Yes,
in 2030.
33.
That is okay. It all depends on the battery density, but it will be a good. Okay, be conservative. We talk about like maybe 20 million cars a year, up to like 30 million cars a year from 2020 to 2030. How many vehicles will be in total throughout the 10 year until 2030? That's going to be a lot, man. Like if you think of the ecosystem they're going to build, like probably an app store down the road, which is highly possible.
More software
like software revenue, and they've been doing the, I don't know, like this just my guess, like they've been sending the Starlink. Maybe they're gonna use their own internet connectivities.
Yeah,
because right now they're using Verizon in US. Maybe they're gonna use Starlink. You know, like collecting $10 a month from every cars. Like
that'll be amazing.
Like hundreds of millions of cars on the road, times 10 per month. Wow. You know, the plus the FSD, they're gonna do the subscription. You know, this is something like people not quite understand about the subscription. Is very meaningful for investor. Like I mean the institution investor. Like I give you a good example. Like Microsoft being the stock price being pretty set for like what 10 years or something like that, until they move Windows and the Office to subscription. So you get to have some account receivable, and they can project your future incomes. So they can do like, oh, okay, then we know next quarter like how much money they're gonna come in for their revenues. And FSA subscription gonna be
crazy.
big game changer, and like in years. I would say like in 5 years or something like that.
Especially when more people get to know about FSD and how safe it is, how reliable it is. I mean, it takes time to transit, especially with the 4D FSD right now. So after that onwards, I would foresee a very strong, like the curve is going to be a very straight up curve. Yeah.
If everything as Elon said, like will be in a year or two, that's going to be huge. But for me, I would say maybe three. I want to be conservative, like 3 years. Let it play out. I'm not in rush. Like the main thing is Tesla is going to be the first one to achieve the
Yes.
level 5 autonomy because they have the most data. Like if you're comparing the Tesla is number one and then the Waymo is number two, they're not only by like 20% or 50%, they're by like tenfold plus, like
Yeah, I think he mentioned 26 billion miles or something like that. If I'm not wrong, it's been quite.
yeah, I have to go check the latest one, but they are like way the leadership gap is huge,
Yes.
like what we all know, like it's all about the big data. The more data you have, the more accurate you are able to develop the software.
Okay, I have the one last question before we talk about something that I want to talk a little bit with you. So the last question we have over here is, because I get a lot of these questions asked in my channel, like about competition. So do you think that there's any company in the world that's able to catch up, including those car companies from China like NIO?
I like those companies, to be honest with you, because the more competition actually drive company to move faster. Like everybody will improve. Like it's a good thing. Are they the competitor? Not really. Like I'm not downplaying the players. I like EVs too, but I've been in Shanghai to check out the NIO. I didn't check out the latest one. I do check the ES8 in Shanghai, and my friend had one. He sold it already. So I get a chance to test drive it. As a car, it's not bad. Is that good enough to compete with Tesla? No. The software itself needs a lot of improvement, and the simplicity, it's just not there. Like when you buy the Tesla, I like the contemporary interior design, like simple, like more for less for more. This kind of mindset.
It's great.
And for NIO, it's more of like they going towards like a luxury kind of like a BMW kind of interior. Like they care about the leather, the stitching, the wooden trim dashboard and stuff like that. Just not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. I like something simple and like contemporary style.
My issue with NIO, I don't think I told my audience this, is I think their business plan regarding the swappable batteries, I don't think that is a very good idea.
Yeah, I agree with you. And this is the one I want to talk about next. It's about the battery swapping. This is something Tesla gave up. That is the originally idea from Tesla. And they abandoned it. Like, no, we're not going to use the battery swap. Is that going to work? Maybe, but I've been there. I went there with my friends, to the battery swap in Shanghai. From the presentation back then, maybe they improved already. Back then, they talk about the battery swap will be like in 5 minutes or 7 minutes, really fast. In the reality, it's not fast. And it's not all automatic. It requires like at least 1 or 2 people to control the machine. So, and plus you have to wait for the people in front of you. You're not the only one in the city to drive a NIO, right?
Yes.
So, and the battery swap station is very limited back then. Right now, maybe more. I believe there will be more. So, and also you have to wait for the battery inside the station to charge.
Yes.
So, from a business perspective, why I don't invest into NIO, because put it this way: the more car you sell, the more extra battery you have to put it.
Yes, this is the business plan which I don't think is like viable. You need more batteries.
Yeah, it's not sustainable, to be honest with you.
There's
Like,
already a
okay,
lack.
just say like if you sell an extra 1 million cars this year, then you might need at least 200,000 or like 100,000 extra battery pack. That's the minimum.
And the world is lacking of batteries, and you want to add that load on.
Yes, And like, okay, put it this way: if you're a NIO owner, you just bought your new cars, and then the first time you charge, you swap a battery from 3 years ago. Are you gonna happy? No,
Oh, yeah.
right? Right? You'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
so upset. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like this is a battery from someone else you've been using for 3 years.
Mm.
Like how many times per charge? Like you won't be happy with that, you know. So
Mm.
I don't think the battery swap business structure will work. Like at least it can convince me to believe, you know.
I agree. As much as I want competition to succeed because it overall brings the whole industry up, but so far, I don't see anyone in particular doing that.
Not at this moment. Yeah, no, I don't see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, no, not at all right now.
So let's discuss something. I think something is really said a lot after Battery Day, and people talk about like Tesla sandbagging. Okay, this is something like Tesla. I feel that Elon he's sandbagging the whole Battery Day. He didn't talk about charge cycles. He didn't talk about density. He's basically trying to downplay the event. This is what I feel, and a lot of people are feeling. What do you think about it?
Oh, they downplayed the event since last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from 2019 shareholder meetings, you know, like they talk about, oh, Model Y will deliver like maybe around end of 2020.
Uh-huh.
Look, it's beginning of 2020,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, and they've been downplaying a lot of stuff. Like um, during the pandemic quarter, Q2,
Mhm.
um, the leak email, okay, the leak email,
Yeah.
they say, oh, we have a good chance to be break even. Please work hard, and boom, that's a profit.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and right now and look at like the Plaid Model S.
Mm.
How many words Elon or like they introduced nothing. They say, oh, here's the Plaid Model S, and then show you the video, and then what he said, just you can order right now and move to the next topic. I was like,
Yeah.
that's it? Come on, like tell me more, you know?
You remember the earlier days he used to like show the products. It was a big show about it. Now he's just like yeah.
Yeah, like because yeah, I think they downplaying a lot of stuff, like big time.
I was watching Sandy Moreau and he showed that book, The Art of War. Yeah, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing right now, and I think a lot of us kind of understand.
That is good. Like I rather Tesla becomes a company like under promise and over delivers.
Yes.
You know, yeah. So it gives people like surprise here and there, and rather than like give a very aggressive timeline and unable to achieve the goal and stuff like that. For investor, it's a good thing.
Yes, it's definitely a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been almost an hour. I would just
Oh,
like
really?
to. Yeah, it's so fast. My God.
So fast, man.
Yeah.
So tell me more. Tell me more about how you think about battery days.
What I think, I'm still so mind blown, and I feel that personally, Battery Day they have such a big lead, and to me they're just sandbagging. The moment Battery Day finish, I'm like, I think your presentation skills need to improve. But as I sat down and think about it, I thought that he just downplayed everything because maybe he didn't want to like. Imagine you are like CATL, Panasonic, or Volkswagen. You'll be like very demoralized to even start.
Yes.
Yeah. So probably maybe he was along that line, and then the more I sat down and more I think about it, wow, Tesla is in a very, very awesome position. Yeah, and most people didn't understand. That's why probably the stock price dropped.
The stock price drop, as I see it, is quite normal because two things. One is sell the news. You know, like this is the common stuff, sell the news. And also like people been talking about the million mile batteries. And I even read some article, they talk about million mile battery equal to per charge can go 1 million miles. I was like, this is not oh, trust me, it's from an article from a well-known media. I don't want to name them, but
Yeah.
it sounds very stupid. But yeah, but I was like, dude, like, do you think this makes sense? You know, like, come on,
They
like,
think they have nuclear power into the car.
Yeah, like you don't have to charge for your life, you know? Like, I was
Yeah.
like, what? It's ridiculous. But yeah,
Yeah.
the expectation was too high and too many misunderstanding, and and a lot of retail investor or trader, they want to see like a instant result in weeks or quarters, you know? Like, no, this is something huge, like down the road for the next years or 10 years. Like, oh, and last thing I want to talk about is about investment.
Mm.
Like when you're buying a stock or company, you basically become the partner of the company.
Yes.
And when a company making a decision like, oh, we're gonna make our own battery, we're gonna have our own production line on this, the result won't be there like in days or months. It takes years to play out. So the daily stock price movement or weekly, it doesn't mean anything to long-term investor because we know what's going to be, what's going to happen, and we know the competitors. And yeah,
Yes.
that's the beautiful part of long-term investing.
You make a very good point because when you invest in a stock, I guess I tell this to a lot of people, but I need to repeat myself, is that when you invest in a stock, think of yourself as a business owner. You don't like sell your business and own the business the next day. You don't buy sell, you just buy the business and let the business do its job. The daily up and downs doesn't matter at all.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's great to talk to you, man.
Yeah, man, it's an awesome conversation. Thank you so much for your time coming on this show. Thank you for what you have done, especially for the Tesla community. It's been an awesome chat. I'll put the links to your Twitter account. Friends, do follow his Twitter, and I also linked tasmanian.com in the description below. So your time is greatly appreciated.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me here.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you.
care. Yeah.
Thank you.